As stated on the article, Is Marijuana Harmful?, found on Serious Knowledge Source, a government poll showed that 52% of Americans have tried marijuana at some point in their lifetime, while 56% of Americans find this drug socially acceptable. You all may know that marijuana is becoming a more and more common drug in today's society. As a current student majoring in nursing, I have done research on marijuana that I'd like to share with you today. Marijuana is a common gateway drug whose legality has changed over time. Today I will be informing you on what marijuana is, how it became illegal, and how it is legal today. What is marijuana and what effect does this drug have on humans? According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, marijuana, also called weed, pot, grass, ganja, and a vast number of other slang terms, is a greenish-gray mixture of the dried flowers of cannabis sativa that includes many psychoactive drugs, with the most common known as THC. According to the article Marijuana, a short story found on EBSCOhost, there are 3 different strains of marijuana. These 3 strains are indica, hybrid, and sativa. Indica provides a relaxation feel where you are sort of stress relieved, and sativa provides a boost in energy as it uplifts your mood. Hybrid, the last strain, hybrid, lies somewhere in between indica and sativa, depending on the traits they inherit from their parent strain. How is marijuana consumed, and what are some of the effects of marijuana? According to the article on drugpolicy.org, there are 4 methods of consuming marijuana, and some are more common than the other. The first way is inhalation, which is the most common way and which is the fastest way. Second way is orally, such as edibles, capsules, or oils. The last 2 are the least common, which is topical, which is using lotions or such thing as baths, or sublingual, which enters the body through when you place it under the tongue and you keep it there. Some effects of marijuana is that it brings red eyes, cotton mouth, and impaired speech, pain relief, and many others. According to the healthline.com, THC causes the blood vessels in your eyes to expand, which leads to red eyes. THC also alters the way you think, which leads to impaired speech, and it also temporarily relieves pain and inflammation in the body. Now that we know a little bit about marijuana, let us take a look at why it became illegal in the US. According to thevice.com, marijuana has been used by human civilizations for thousands of years and has been part of the Western medicine since the early 1900s. Medical marijuana has been used regularly to treat stomach cramps, muscle cramps, and even joint pains. Beginning in the early 1900s, states began to outlaw cannabis due to more associated behavior including violence and psychoactive behavior. With the passing of the Marijuana Act in 1937, federal government effectively outlawed marijuana without neglecting the objections of the AMA, or the American Medical Association. We have looked at what marijuana is and why it became illegal. Now let's take a look at the state legalization of marijuana for medicinal purposes and recreational use. More and more states are enacting the legalization of marijuana that you could use for recreational and medicinal purposes. According to the ballotpedia.org, on November 9, 2016, Proposition 64 was passed in California, which legalized the use and growth of marijuana for personal use. On January 1st, 2018, Prop 64 allowed sale and taxation on recreational marijuana. 57.13% of voter population voted in favor of Prop 64, while 42.87% voted against Prop 64. With Proposition 64, anyone over the age of 21 can possess or use marijuana for recreational purposes. According to procon.org, 29 states legalized marijuana for medicinal purposes, while only 9 legalized marijuana for recreational purposes. California was the most recent state to legalize marijuana for recreational purposes. Though it is for recreational purposes, marijuana is not to be consumed in public places such as bars, parks, or streets. Anyone who is caught smoking marijuana in public could face a fine anywhere ranging from $100 to $250. So basically, you can only smoke it on private property or in your home. In conclusion, marijuana is a greenish-gray mixture of the dried flower of cannabis sativa that was illegal in California due to psychoactive behavior, but was recently legalized. As we know now, marijuana is a common gateway drug whose legality changed a number of times through history. Although I do not partake in smoking marijuana, I have learned to accept the fact that it is socially acceptable to smoke marijuana. In that case, with over half the nation having smoked marijuana, it is only a matter of time before it is legal in all the states. Thank you.